Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody to your 4-week Love Yourself, Love Your Life challenge. We are in class number 2. All of you are muted right now, but it's great to see you. I'm definitely going to be unmuting you. If you have anything to say right now, you can put it into the chat. The chat is usually on the bottom of the screen, I think, for all of you. Forget. But you can put it into the chat and say hello, how's it going? But until we're going to have some interaction today, and you can put your hand up and all of that stuff. But until then, I'm going to keep you muted while everyone settles in and we say a prayer and focus. Okay, everybody? All right, we've got 23 of you. I'm excited for our class tonight. So we're going to start off by saying a prayer, because prayer is the medium of miracles. After I turn that off, hold on a second. Wait, no, wait. Okay, wait. Okay, that's fine. I just need to move that. There we go. That's a little too loud, and I need to turn that down. It's beautiful, but no. Okay, shh. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. We're going to go taking off right there. That was like, woo. All right. We're going to say a prayer to get us started. So let's all just close our eyes. Take a big deep breath. Dear Mother, Father, God, Divine Source, Universe, all that is. We come together today with open hearts, open minds, and an open spirit. We allow today to be a time of love and support and guidance for everyone here. And we ask that as we share tonight, as we relate tonight, we are reminded that we are never, ever, ever disconnected from our source. We are reminded that tonight we are seeing each other. We are seeing the God in each other. We're seeing the love in each other, and thus affirming our true nature. We take a big deep breath. And together we say, thank you very much. And so it is. Amen. Okay. The reason that we use prayer is most of everything that we're going to talk about, of course there's other things that I will bring up, but most of the stuff that we'll talk about during these 4 weeks is all based on A Course in Miracles. And I'll just tell you about the Course in Miracles really quickly for anyone that's new. This is A Course in Miracles. I have been a teacher and a student of A Course in Miracles for 33 years. A Course in Miracles is a spiritual mind training that helps us to move in our life from an orientation of craziness, insanity, overwhelm, and fear to an orientation of flow, peace, and love. So that is the only thing that the Course in Miracles is trying to do for us and trying to help us to literally get back into our right orientation, meaning, and in the Course will say, right-mindedness. And so when we are in right-mindedness, which we'll talk about tonight, that is when you have what's called peace beyond understanding. The peace that is always flowing no matter what is happening in your life, no matter what is happening in the world. You have an underlying peace that never goes away. That never goes away. And you're able to connect with that peace very, 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 very easily. Right? So the Course in Miracles does that, and it gives you all the tools and all the principles for you to be able to do that. The Course in Miracles has one goal and one goal only, and that is your peace. So people from all religions and no religions practice the Course in Miracles, because the Course in Miracles is not a religion itself. It is a mystical path, and a mystical path is a path that asks you to take this work and apply it to your life, to apply it into your life and see if it works. That's the only thing that it's asking you to do. And sometimes the Course in Miracles will say, you will not believe what I'm telling you. Some of the concepts you will actually actively reject. But he says, just do it anyway. Just try it anyway. And as you do that, you start to heal. And tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things. Let me just tell you. We're going to talk about healing. we're going to talk about the split mind, and we're going to talk about who you really are. Okay? All right, everyone take a big deep breath. Remember, last week I told you, taking a deep breath brings us back to ourselves. And the one thing I want to say about the Course in Miracles is, and I think I said this last week, is that this is a Course in Miracles. It's not a course in I can figure it out. Does that make sense, everybody? So this is a course in getting you to another level of understanding, another level of vibration, right? And so, great. So tonight we're going to also review your mantra. We're going to review your mantra. I'm going to take a chance that we're all going to do a call response of the mantra together. We're going to try to do that together, and we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works, because there is 26 of you here right now. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. I have to unmute you all. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I will call, you will respond, right? Very simple, okay? So we're going to do it together. I'm going to unmute you all. Okay, here we go. Everyone take a big deep breath. Repeat after me. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love my life.
I love my life.
Very good. I love myself.
I
love
myself.
I love my life.
I love my life.
I love myself.
I love myself.
I love my life.
I love my life.
Repeat after me. Love.
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 Deep breath. Okay. Say yes if you feel just a little bit different.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Very good. Awesome. 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 Give yourself a round of applause. Yeah. Good job. Good job. I wanted to do that. All right. So that's what we did this week. What we did was we started to do this mantra. Some of you have been doing this mantra before, and some of you are brand new to the mantra, right? So if you are brand new to the mantra, please put your hand up and say, I am. Okay, good. And some people that aren't. And I want to say that, I also want to say, good for you. Awesome. I want to say that the way that Zoom works is you are all welcome to be seen. So you can touch the bottom of your screen and you can hit the little camera so we can see you. I have you all muted now. So if you would like to be seen, we would love to see you. You don't have to, but you can be seen if you would like to. All right? I'm going to be Miss Marianne right now, if anyone knows Romper Room. I'm just going to say we have Sylvan, we have Jane, we have Kukang, Jennifer, we have Jen, we have Bobby, we have Mary Beth. Good to see you, Mary Beth. We have Joanne, we have Deborah, we have Marcelina. I want to say Marcelina, Sandy, Andrietta, Carrie. We have iPhone 2. We have Callie, we have Melissa, we have Jessica, we have Kendra, we have Chris, we have Lori, we have Kathy, we have Aaron, we have Tiffany, we have Aaron, another Aaron. Let's see, is there anyone else I missed? I think that's it. Okay, that is it. Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I can say ladies because you are all beautiful ladies here. So it's great to see you. All right, so we are going to move on in our teaching today, and we're going to talk about some things. But first, we're going to talk about the mantra and how it was for you to experience doing the mantra. Because I asked you to do the mantra every morning, to do it every morning and just do it and let it go. Remember I said you didn't have to make a big deal out of it. You didn't have to go, oh my God, I have to try to make this work, right? You just had to say it. You just had to say it. And you did it in the morning. You had it, hopefully you had your card. And a lot of you, I want to say this, I love all of the interaction that's been happening in the group. Really, really wonderful. And your questions, which is really good. So we love the community, right? So all I ask you to do is go to sleep, wake up and go, oh, I love myself. myself. And as you do that, you just do it 3 to 5 minutes, and then you start your day. That's all I wanted to do. If you wanted to do more, that was up to you. So we're going to talk about any successes or challenges that you might have had by doing that this week. Okay, I know that in the group there was a couple people that said, oh, negative thoughts are coming up. There is a pattern that's happening. Things are popping up for me. I want you to know that what we're doing is we're healing your underlying vibration by doing this work. When you heal your underlying vibration, your stuff is going to come up. Your what? Your stuff is going to come up because love is the highest vibration. So as the Course in Miracles would say, love brings up everything unlike itself. Love brings up everything unlike itself, but that's the process of healing, right? Okay, so I want to find out, I want to talk to at least 3 of you about what your experience was doing the work today. Okay, let's see. I see that Bobby says, I found it much easier to remember I love my life than I love myself. That phrase is really foreign to me. Wow. Nod your head if that feels right to all of you. It's easier to love your life than love yourself. I find that with some people. Very interesting, Bobby. I'm going to read some of these chats, and then I'm actually going to unmute a couple of you because I want to talk to you. Okay. Deborah says, what happens if you fall back to sleep? That's okay. That's okay. Totally fine. Totally fine. Just do it. It's okay. And Deborah, it's great to see you and actually see your face. My gosh. Deborah has been one of my incredibly wonderful supporters for so long. And so I'm so glad to see your face. I know your voice like the back of my hand. All right. So Mary Beth says, opposite for me. I love myself, but not my life. You can shake your head if you relate to that. Some people are shaking their heads. Good. Okay. Aaron says, falling back asleep is a blessing. Deborah, you might just need to sleep. That's okay. Aaron says she relates to both. Okay. All right. Very good. Been saying it on my drive to work for 5 minutes. Very nice, Chris. Very nice. You can incorporate this at any time in any way, for sure. For sure. Okay. So some people are having, let's talk to a couple of people. I want to hear your voice. Let's see. Mary Beth, would you like to say some things about your experience? Would that be okay? Okay, let me just unmute you. You can unmute. I gotta find you. There you go. Unmute. Okay, Mary Beth?
This week has been kind of up and down as far as that goes. But it's like I said, I love myself, but I'm really struggling right now with my life, and I've got a lot going on. Main thing, I'm going to be losing my job. So I'm trying to maintain positivity through this process, even though I know the universe is instrumental in making this happen. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you just have to accept the things that are happening. And it's pretty clear when things are from the universe because they kind of knock you over the head.
And they do, for sure. First of all, it's so great to see you, Mary Beth. I just love you to death. You know I love you.
I love you too, Max.
What Mary Beth is saying is really relatable to a lot of people. I mean, maybe not losing your job, but this whole idea about the things that are on the outside are like this vibration of I better stay positive through this vibration, through whatever's happening right now. Does that not, if you understand that, right? So this whole idea about this is happening on the outer level, I better stay positive. So go ahead, Mary Beth.
I was going to say the other thing too is that I'm struggling with, or I'm trying to keep positive about, is not taking things personally, which is really hard to do because right now I'm literally being scrutinized, like every word I utter and everything I do. Mm-hmm. So I'm really struggling to not take it personally, what's happening to me.
Very good.
Because, I mean, there's just a bigger picture going on, and I know that it's the universe doing this. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to remember that as I'm being scrutinized on a daily basis that, hey, you know, we've nudged you, now we're going to push you into making this change. I just wish it were under a different circumstance than what's happening to me right now, but I really am struggling with trying to maintain being positive and not taking this experience personally, like I'm not a good person or I'm not doing a good job. It's really affecting me quite a bit, but I'm just trying every day to be accepting of the change.
We feel you. We feel you. And we're all giving you a big round of applause. Yeah,
guys.
Very good. Good for you. You know, this work that we're talking about, I'm going to break this down, everyone. Everyone, I want you to really listen to this. Thank you, Mary Beth. I'm going to mute you right now. Very good. So I want you to everyone to listen to this. The work that we do here in A Course in Miracles, because this is what we're coming back to, A Course in Miracles all the time here. A Course in Miracles is a non-dualistic philosophy, meaning it's monoistic. It is not dualistic. It is not positive versus negative. It is not, okay, I have to do this in order to get this. This is very different. This philosophy that we are delving into is a monoistic philosophy. A monoistic philosophy says there's one truth. Everything that's not of that truth is an illusion. And when we understand that, and I'm going to tell you this philosophy, not philosophy, I believe it's reality, the way of looking at life like this is very different than you've been taught. It's very different than you've been taught. Because you've been taught, I better start staying positive. Listen, I better stay positive, otherwise I'm going to lose my shit. I better stay positive, otherwise I'm going to whatever, or they're going to see this, or whatever. And I'm just using you as an example. We all do it. Everyone nod your head so Mary Beth feels okay. Yes, me too. It's not just you, Mary Beth. So I want to read, and it's perfect that you said this, and I'm going to get back to this. I want to read the introduction to A Course in Miracles really quickly, because this comes back to what we're going to talk about earlier. So the introduction to A Course in Miracles is a very short little paragraph. I want to read it to you now. The introduction. This is A Course in Miracles. It is a required course. Only the time that you take it is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It means only that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. Now, this is the part I really want you to hear, everyone. This course does not aim at teaching you the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. Get it? You cannot be taught about love, and this cannot teach you about what love is. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to love's presence in your life, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing, remember I said monoistic, what is all-encompassing has no opposites. Therefore, this course can be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. What did it just say? Only what is real? Love. Only love is real. Nothing real can be threatened, and nothing unreal exists. There lies the peace of God. Take a deep breath. So everyone, I want you to really hear that. What you and I are doing here is we're removing the blocks to love's presence. We're not trying to create love. We're not trying to, listen, my business is called Attract Positive Results. But you know what? Positive thinking don't work. It doesn't work because it's like a sugar high that goes, oh, I feel really good. Now I feel really good. And then guess what? You go where? You go, ugh. You go down. Because it all depends on how you feel. I feel good right now. No, I feel bad. No, I feel in between. I'm sad, I'm happy. This is dualistic relationship to the world. Everyone, take a deep breath and nod if you understand what I'm saying. Mhm. So what this is trying to do is help us to uncover the layers of love. In the Facebook group, I put that memory in my writing. I said, stop trying to love yourself, just be more love. Just stop trying to love yourself, just be more love. It's really simple. It's really what? I know, it's really simple. So I want you all to think about what I just said, okay? Who wants to share what their experience was, okay? It's an insulting feeling, being judged. I agree, Mary Beth. That's horrible. That's horrible. I totally feel for you. Okay, who would like to share? Erin? Okay, let's talk to Erin. Okay, hi, Erin.
Hi.
What has been your experience doing the mantra?
Well, so, and it's not just been this, it's been all the stuff I've been doing with you, but previously, every time I woke up in the morning, it's always just like anxiety, stress, what do I have to do? Oh my God, the kids are crying, they're crawling all over me, and I want to sleep more, and I hate it, blah, blah, blah.
You want to be Deborah. You want to be Deborah to falling back asleep again.
Yes, I want to fall back asleep, and then kids are crawling on me, and they're fighting and hitting each other, and it's just like, oh God, that's what I was like. But now, well, and I gotta say, it hasn't just been this mantra; it's been a lot of things, which you know. But this mantra helps, especially because you said do it first thing in the morning before you're out of bed. Because that is when I get like super stressed, and I've always thought, wow, I hate the way I wake up in the morning. It's just like horrible. But so if I lay in bed and the baby wakes me up, like he crawls up on me when he wakes up, and he's like laying on me like, hi mommy.
The cutest baby in the world, let me just say.
Yes, I agree. I'm biased, but so I'll look at his face and just be like, I love myself, I love my life. And it makes me see how beautiful he is and how lucky I am. And it was like I loved him before too, but it's just really hard to put into words how powerful that is.
No, thank you.
Just to start your day that way.
How nice. How nice. And I love that, Erin, because, we all have a choice. We all have a choice, right? So it's using love intentionally, right? We're using love intentionally, right? So another part of the Course in Miracles, it says, love is waiting for your welcome. Love is waiting for your welcome. So as soon as you intentionally starting to use love in your life, it's like, okay, I'm here. And you have that feeling. That's like, oh my God, there's my joy. There's my peace. Right,
and
Erin?
it gets me out of my own head. Before I was waking up all in my own head. It was all about me. Like, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? And that takes me right out of my own head and like looking around to see the beauty in my life. Even if you don't have a beautiful kid looking at you in the face, like there's something beautiful about waking up in the morning.
Yeah, for sure. Good job, Erin. I'm going to give Erin a round of applause. Yay. Thank you. Very good. Melissa says she would love to share her experience. Thank you so much, Erin. So, Melissa, I'm going to unmute you. And I'm not sure if you want to be on camera or not, but you're unmuted now, Melissa.
Yes, I don't want to be on camera.
I can't quite hear Melissa.
Yes, can you hear me or no?
You need to speak up, I think.
Okay, hold on. Let
There.
me see. Is that better?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right. I don't want to be on camera because I'm in my pajamas, so. But I did want to. I know. I did want to share though about my experience because it was quite an epiphany for me. I was, when I started saying it, I was saying, I love myself and I love my life, and it was like I was gritting my teeth because I don't know. It was very hard for me to say it. It was almost like I was rolling my eyes. I love myself and I love my life. It was like ridiculous. But then as I began to say it, there was something inside of me that was saying, about loving myself, because I love my life. It's good. I'm very blessed. I have so many things to be thankful for. But then it was like, to love yourself, I had to look beyond this physical body, because of the fact that, you know, I do have lupus and I have arthritis, and I have arthritis in my hands. And this is something that I have struggled with. It happened in my 20s, and it was something I hide from. It keeps me from being the person that I should be, the person I feel that God intends me to be. And after saying this mantra, after a few days, I realized that loving yourself is not so much that you're loving the physical being you are, but what you have to offer to the world and what you are. And there's so many things that people tell me, like, oh, I love this about you, and you're so kind, and you do this and you do that. And it's like, so I started looking at the attributes of myself and what I can offer. And so this mantra really made me look beyond my physical, and it was absolutely eye-opening for me. So thank you.
Ah, beautiful, Melissa. Congratulations. Absolutely
Thank you.
beautiful. It's like I planted you there because that's what we're going to talk about today.
Thank you.
God works in the most perfect ways. Perfect ways. All right, everyone. Very nicely said. Beautiful soul. I'm just looking at people are in their jammies. I'm going to mute you, Melissa. Really wonderful, everybody. Someone here said that they've been using it while they're driving, using it in other parts of the day. Really, really, really wonderful. I'm going to encourage you. Remember, as we go through this, you're going to keep doing this for the whole time, right? You're going to do this every single day. And listen, if you didn't do it every day, it's okay. It's okay. Just get back on the, get on the wagon and do it again. So, okay. So just keep going. Notice what your process is, what's coming up for you. Because I want to talk about, God, it's so hard because Melissa just went right to something, but I do want to say this first. From A Course in Miracles point of view, there's the real world, which is our connection with God, our connection with spirit, love, whatever, divine you want to say. That's the real world, right? Everything else is, if it's not of love, of peace, of joy, it is really just an illusion. It's just craziness. I know that that's hard to believe right now, but for some of you, but the real world is this. And then there's this other world where we're in fear, we're in competition, we're in sacrifice, we are in guilt. All of that is the world of the ego. What is it? The world of the ego. Now, the Course in Miracles definition of the ego is not exactly the same as the Freudian definition, but it is the part of all of us that thinks without love. It's the part of us, our ego, and you can write notes down if you want to. The ego is the part of us that wants to keep us stuck. It is the part of ourselves that says, well, that's really good, but blah, 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 blah. You did really great, but blah, 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 blah. Oh, well, you're really smart, but your legs are fat. You're really pretty up here, but don't look down there. Your ego can also go, wow, you really need a lot of work to do. You better go take all the classes. You better read all the books because something's really wrong with you. So you better make sure that you do all those things. Not if you understand that voice that I just acted out. Mm-hmm. Aaron's like, raise the roof. That's right. All of us have a part of that. So in the Course in Miracles, they would call that your split mind, right? Your split mind, meaning that you are not at one with your source. You have not healed your seeming separation from God. So the more that you heal that separation, the more peace you have. And the more peace you have, the more things flow in your life. The more things flow in your life, the more that you understand who you really are. And the Course in Miracles would say that's when you're in your right mind. You're in your right mind. And I want to read to you one of my favorite lessons in A Course in Miracles. And the Course in Miracles would say everything, before I read this, and talk to Melissa, addressed this very well. Course in Miracles says everything that's in your life, that you're experiencing in your life, is all based on who you believe you are. So what do you believe you are? What do you believe you are? Do you believe that you are a body that eventually is going to die and then that's it? Do you believe that you are your personality? Do you believe that you are your career? Do you believe you are what you do? What do you believe about yourself? Because that belief about yourself will be the experience you have in the world. Because the world is the effect and we are cause, right, everyone? We are the cause, the world is the effect. And I know that your ego is going to use that for some of us and go, oh, well, Jesus, oh, shit. I'm making all the craziness in my life, shit. So your ego is going to be like, oh, now you're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel bad because you created all the bad stuff. That's not why we understand this very powerful principle. Why we understand this is that it's literally your ticket to freedom. So you can say, oh my gosh, now I can choose again. Now I understand I made a choice subconsciously or consciously somewhere that is creating that situation in my life, right? And all of you have heard this kind of talk before, but this is your point of power, everyone. So when you start to heal that separation, when you start to remove the blocks to love's presence, when you let go of your judgment a little bit, when you stop putting yourself down so much, when you accept people that are different than you, when you can let go of a grudge, when you can give yourself a fucking break more, guess what happens? You feel better. Because we're in competition. I was saying this in my other class. We're in competition with everybody, and we're in competition with ourselves. And the more in competition with yourself you are, the further you are away from your peace. Everyone take a big, deep breath. That's why we say, I love myself, I love my life. So that you can go, okay, maybe I do. Even if all that stuff is happening, I love myself, I love my life. And that's okay. That's good. So I want to read this beautiful lesson to you, and I'd like you to just sit, and I'd like you to just listen to this lesson, because it's absolutely amazing. And I'd like you to close your eyes, everybody. Get in a position. Deborah, you can fall asleep if you want to. I'm just kidding you. Okay, here we go. Just close your eyes and just listen to this. This is lesson 61 from A Course in Miracles. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Who is the light of the world except God's Son? This, then, is merely a statement of truth about yourself. It is the opposite of the statement of pride or arrogance or self-deception. It does not describe the self-concept that you have made. It does not refer to any of the characteristics with which you have endowed your idols. It refers to you as you were created by God. It simply states the truth. I am the light of the world. To the ego, today's idea is the epitome of self-glorification. But the ego does not understand humility, mistaking it for self-debasement. Humility consists of accepting your role in the salvation and in taking no other. It is not humility to insist you cannot be the light of the world if that is the function assigned to you by God. It is only arrogance that would assert this function cannot be for you. And arrogance is always from the ego. I am the light of the world. True humility requires that you accept today's idea because it is God's voice which tells you that it is true. This is a beginning step in accepting your real function on earth. It is a giant stride toward taking your rightful place in salvation. It is a positive assertion of your right to be saved and an acknowledgement of the power that is given you to save others. I am the light of the world. This is my only function. That is why I am here. I am the light of the world. This is my only function. That is why I am here. Take a deep breath and repeat to yourself, I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the light of the world. Take another deep breath. And open your eyes when you're ready. I'd like to hear from a couple of people about this idea about you being the light of the world and how that might bring your ego up. I know that it might bring people's like, I'm the light of the world. Or it might be very easy for you to accept, to know that. Not just know it here, but go, yeah, I am. I love the first line. Let me just say that. Who is the light of the world except God's Son? And it's true. It's like, if we are in line with the divine source, then we must be the light of the world. And remember, the world isn't even real, but our truth is real. So we are bringing the light into the world. And we can accept that, or we can go, no, I'm just this guy who's 53 years old, who has curly hair and who happens to be gay, who lives in this place. I could either say that that's who I am, or I could really understand that I am the light of the world, as Callie is, as Deborah is, as Mary Beth is, as Jen is, as Angie is, as Zone 3 is. I love your name, Zone 3. As all of you are, right? Okay. All right. Mary Beth, do you want to say something? I love it. Mary Beth's like, I love it. Yeah, I feel like I'm a teacher in a class. Mr. Ryan! Very good, Mary Beth. Okay, yes, what would you like to share?
I just have a question in that.
Yeah.
I believe this about myself, but how do you survive the darkness that surrounds you when you're trying to be the light of the world?
Very good question. Very good question. I'm going to say this. I remember when I said believe, but I said, you know, there's a difference between believing and knowing. And that is something that when you do this work on a daily basis, and you do the work on a daily basis, it literally starts to dawn on you. Who fucking cares about the dark? It doesn't even matter. Because when you do this work, and this is the work I'm talking about, you start to say, there is a paradigm shift, Mary Beth and everybody. You have a paradigm shift. And you stop, and something shifts in you. It's very hard for me to explain, but people here have started to see this in their lives, and they start to go, oh my God. There may be, but let me say this. I will say this really quickly, and everyone here will be able to relate to this. One of the biggest lessons, and Mary Beth, this will be really good for you right now, I feel like, and everyone here, is that one of the first lessons in the Course in Miracles says, I am giving everything the meaning it has for me. So, if I am giving a meaning to something, that dark stuff, and we keep giving that meaning, and it's not saying that it's not a hardship or whatever, I'm not discounting your feelings, that's for sure. But the Course in Miracles would say you could have a miracle when you change your perception. And when you change your perception, you suddenly go, oh, this is like what you said. Okay, Mary Beth, I want to say this. When you said, oh my God, it's all working out to push me to my next level, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, that's from the place of it's not darkness, it's helping you to go there. Does that make sense, Mary Beth?
Yes, it does.
So if you can change your perception around it, then you'll be like, this is perfect. This is the most perfect thing in the world. Now here's where the trust and the faith comes in. You have to literally, this is where the doing the work comes in. You end up having this faith like, I'm always going to be fine. It's all fine, no matter if I have a job or not. And so when you know that, oh yeah, and then you move in and you go, oh my God, look at this great thing that's happening to me.
Well, I've already had 2 things happen today that have been bothering me about like this whole thing. And if I can just share them really quick.
Sure.
So I had an appointment with the doctor. I might have sleep apnea, but I want to get treatment ASAP because I'm having so much problems with my breathing. Mm-hmm. And so my appointment was like a month out, and I pleaded with them to please, and they're getting me in on Friday. They're going to do an expedited study and get me in on Friday. Then I went to go to my lease at my apartment. I said, I might be losing my job. And she said, well, we have to raise you till October, but don't worry. She said, I'll take care of you. I'll make sure that you don't. Because, when you break your lease, you have to pay like $4,000, crazy amount of money. She's like, don't worry, I'll take care of you. So I probably won't. She goes, you'll only have to pay for a few days. Don't worry. I'll make sure I'll take care of you. Good for you.
Good for you. Okay. I'm going to unmute everybody right now, just for a second. You're going to repeat after me, okay? I'm going to unmute you. Repeat after me. I am a miracle maker.
I am a miracle maker.
I thought I was a human being.
I
thought I was a human being.
I am a miracle maker.
Miracle
I thought I was a human being.
I thought
I was a human being.
Take a big deep breath. We give our power away to a job. We give our power away to a lease. We give our power away to everything. We forget you're the light of the fucking world. Duh. We all do it. Say yes or not if you do it. Yes, we do it. And you forget. And that's why we do this work, to remind us, to literally remind us. It's like, oh shit, I think money controls my life. How ridiculous am I? How ridiculous that I'm allowing a piece of paper to dictate my life when you're the light of the world. Take a deep breath, everyone. This whole thing tonight is I want you to really reevaluate what you believe you are. Because if you keep believing that you're at the effect of the world, you're screwed. I'm sure everyone here doesn't want to be screwed anymore. I don't even have to even say that. You don't want to be screwed anymore. So what you do is you start to say, I'm choosing love. I'm choosing the faith of all faiths. I'm choosing God in every situation. I'm choosing love in every situation. And for one moment, probably about 50 moments out of the day, you're like, oh shit, I didn't choose love. Just choose again. You just choose again. Because there's no time, everyone. There's no time. So you can choose now, and you can choose next week, and you can choose in the past. You just keep choosing. And pretty soon, guess what? It becomes a habit. And when it becomes a habit, that's when everything starts to be like, oh boy, this is just what's going on. What's going on? So what I'm saying to all of you, I said this last week, this is not the self-help, read a book and you're all good thing. This is we do the work, right? I'm going to unmute you all. We do what? We do
the work.
We do the work.
Now the work can be fun. The work can be what?
Fun.
It can be fun.
It's fun.
Stay up. I'm going to mute you all. Stay up in your vibration as much as you can and say, you know what? I mean, literally, if you can walk through your life and go, oh my God, I forgot I was a miracle maker. Ridiculous. I thought I was an effect of some guy that didn't like me. I thought I was an effect of people watching me. I thought I was an effect that they didn't approve my loan. Like, oh, silly. Silly me. I want you to get into that vibration, everyone. Silly me. That's like just crazy. But it's hard to do when you don't do the work. And I'm going to say this really quickly, is that when you start to do the lessons from lesson, you don't even have to read the text. The text is fantastic. But you could just start doing the lessons from lesson 1 to 365 every day. And you just read them. And when you read them, things will shift. Things will shift. Thank you. All right. So the mind doesn't know the difference between the thoughts we have and reality. It's our, yeah, that's right. That's right. It doesn't. Okay. Let me see one thing. All right. So this undying faith thing, I really want you to really understand the world is the effect and we are cause. No matter how hard that is, it's your ticket to freedom. So if you are going through a really challenging relationship, on some level, not to blame you, to take responsibility, to say, there's some level that created that relationship for my highest good. It created something, and I'm seeing it as a block, but really, I could change my perception to see it as the biggest gift in my life. Because it could be your gift to freedom, that relationship that's not working. It could be the greatest thing to literally transform you into being the light of the world and realizing you are. You have no idea. And sometimes it's very hard to see that, but if you keep doing this work, then you start to, and you're like, I don't care what's happening, I'm still gonna love myself, honor myself. I never forsake myself. I always honor myself. And if that's what you're doing, I'm telling you. And the other part, so this week is all about understanding who you really are, who the truth of you is, and then on the other hand, what your ego is. So this week, you're going to continue to do this love yourself, love your life, for sure. But you're going to have another assignment. Now, another assignment, because you all had your assignment to do 10 things you love about yourself. Say yes if you did that, 10 things you love about yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Did that help you?
Yes.
I find that most people don't do those things. So being in a class like this forces you to go, okay, I'm going to sit down and be like, what are the things I love? What are the things I actually love and respect about myself, right? So good for you. I'm going to encourage all of you. And I said one thing and people were starting to put things in there, which I freaking love. So I'm going to encourage you, if you feel so, then just put some in the group, share it, so you can keep doing that, because what you focus on, you get more of. What you focus on, you get more of, because this is what will happen. You'll be like, I did my 10. Anyway, my thighs. I did my 10. Anyway, I don't have the job. I did my 10. Anyway, if I could only just have my hair not be so. Take a deep breath. And that's how your ego works. That's how your ego works. That's how your ego works. I see you, Aaron. Did you have your hand up? Oh, got it. Okay. Let me just see. The mind does not do the difference. Opportunity to shift, I noticed, came more easily the more you wrote. Jen, can you, do you want to talk for a second? Okay. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
So tell us about that.
Well, I just did it before, like 2 hours before, because I was thinking I want to do my homework before we do our second meeting, because that was cheating if I didn't. And I started writing, and I thought it was going to be really hard. And then it started to flow out, and I did them with the because part. Like, I love this aspect of myself, and then I made sure to put because, and then and it started flowing out, and I was like, wow, I got to 10 faster, and I really thought it was going to be a chore. So I was super stoked about that.
Let me ask you this, Jen, because now I'm going to use you as a guinea pig. What part of you thought it was going to be hard?
The ego.
Your ego.
My ego. I feel resistant to notice something good about myself. It feels awkward. Mm-hmm. Very much raised that way. That's just, it's very ingrained. And so even when you say we're all the light of the world, in my mind, I also have to say, well, I am, and so is everyone else. Like, it's a very resistant thing, but I know that I felt awkward in my ego was thinking, really, what are you going to find that you're going to love that much about yourself after, midlife? You're just now coming up with some stuff. And then I thought, no, really, it's actually coming from love and not ego. It's coming from a purity. It wasn't superficial.
Good.
So I was delightfully surprised, and then super looking forward to tonight.
Congratulations.
So thanks for letting me share that, because I was hoping I could. Yay.
Very good. I love that. And you know what? When you do the work, sometimes it surprises you. Listen, sometimes you're like, wow, that was so easy. I've been like denying and pushing or whatever. And sometimes you're just, and when you're, this is why, thank you, Jen. This is why doing work with me or another teacher or something like this, it will push you to do something that you normally wouldn't do, right? And then sometimes it surprises you. You're like, wow, I'm further along the path than I thought, right? And sometimes it's like that. So all those kinds of things might happen in your experience doing this work. So as I was saying, I love myself, really, what do I love about myself? And so this week, even though the world on some level is an illusion, but everything that's in the world that comes from love, that comes from peace, that comes from light, that we are extending, that's in the world too, right? So this week, I'm going to give you another worksheet. So you did 10 things you love about yourself. Now you're going to do 10 things you love about your life. Okay? So everything is your perception. Everything's your perception. I know at the beginning of our call, people were like, I have a really hard time with the life part. No, I have a hard time with the myself part. So this might be super easy for you. It might be really hard for some people. Some people are in circumstances that feel like the circumstances are caving them in. I want you to and the same way, and thank you for saying that, Jen, because if you can articulate why you love it, you really do confirm it in your brain, in your reality. You're like, I love driving my kids to school because it makes me feel so fun when we laugh and sing in the car. What? And it connects me with them. I don't know what it is. Write the because part because no, sorry. Because when you write the because part, the qualifier part, you're really affirming to yourself the reason why, and you're affirming the positive. You're not affirming the negative. All right, everybody? Okay, very good. Take a deep breath. All right. So we're going to move on, and we're going to actually wrap up. We're at the hour right now. That went fast, right, everyone? Whew, that was fast. I know some people, if you came in halfway, you can watch the replay, which I will be sending to you for sure. And I just want to open it up. Just, maybe we'll stay just a few minutes more for any questions or comments related to what we're talking about, or A Course in Miracles. Let me just look at that. Jen says, thank you. We played. More hugs to you. Okay. If you have a question or comment about the Course in Miracles, about the philosophy, about loving yourself, please pop it in there or put your hand up. I think, I'm on 2 screens now. Let's see. I think that's everybody. Aaron says, Course in Miracles is Jedi training. I love it. Okay, let me see. Does anyone have their hand up that wants to make a comment? Otherwise, we're going to wrap up. I know it's late back east. Okay. Let me see. Okay, Callie, the additional homework is you're going to do, and it will be on the page, you're going to do 10 things you love about your life. Okay? And then, of course, this week, you're going to add those things in the group. I'll give you a prompt. I think there's a free email you can get with the Course in Miracles. You can get it on my website. I do it on my website. If you all go to my website under Course in Miracles, you can get a daily lesson from me. Okay? So, you can go right on there. Why go somewhere else when you got it right here? Right? And it literally, once you start, it will start. The first day, second day, it will continue for 365 days. And you will get the lesson every single day. Okay? there is an app you can download. Thank you, Angie. Right. So I do want to say that for sure. Oh, I was going to say, I can't. I'm on my phone. No, I'm not on my phone. I want to show you the app that's the best one, okay? There's a really good app because the Course in Miracles will tell you, say this 3 times a day. Say it every 15 minutes. And it's like, oh my God, I'm going to go crazy trying to remember all that. So there's an app that does it for you. Back in the day, there was never anything like that. Okay, shoot. I mean, I don't know if I can. Okay, it's quite small. You're never going to be able to see it. Okay, shoot. Oh, yeah, you can't. Okay, you know what I'll do? No, stop. I will put this in my on the page, which app it is. I think it's $5, but it's so worth it because it tracks everyone. And then you can make the timer to go, and it'll go ding, and you go, oh yeah, I'm in the light of the world. That's right. You can be in the middle of typing coffee and typing coffee, drinking coffee or typing coffee, and you'll go ding, and you'll go, oh yeah, I'm the light of the world, whatever happens to be. Okay? So it's a reminder app. It's really good. And humor is really important. Humor is really important. Okay. All right, my friends. Really, really good job. Give yourself a round of applause. And you can edit. Thank you. Sandy uses it. My friend Sandy, she uses it. You can edit the reminders. That's right. So you can be like, I don't want that many. That's too many for me, you know. So it's a pretty good deal. So I want to hear from 3 people. Marcy. I want you to say that aloud. Hold on, I'm going to unmute you. Okay, go ahead, Marcy.
I just said I'll be in the middle of changing a poopy diaper, and then I'll hear ding. Oh, I'm the light of the world.
Oh yeah, that's right. I literally almost said before I said it, I would say, oh my God, I'm sitting on the toilet. I'm the light of the world. Thank you so much, Marcy. I love it. You can, yeah, Sandy, you can change the word God to love. If you have an issue with the word God, you can change it to love. There's a lot of things you can do on that app. So I'm really encouraging you all to do that. Okay. All right. So I was listening to your scope today. Aaron, I love it. Very good. Oh, I love it. Okay. So I want to hear from 3 people about what they learned today, what they're taking away from today. And I'm going to challenge people that haven't spoke yet to raise their hand about something, about what stood out for them. What did they learn today? I'm going to challenge people that haven't spoke yet. You could either say it in the chat, but I actually want to hear somebody. Who's going to raise their hand? Come on, people. Otherwise, I'm going to call you. This is what I do as a teacher. I'm like, I'm going to call somebody if you don't raise your hand. I'm going to challenge someone that hasn't spoken yet. All right, I'm gonna unmute somebody. All right, Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Good. Can you tell me one thing that you took away from our work tonight?
That I am the light of the world.
Good.
And I also have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
My question is, when you think of a situation that bothers you or a person or something, and you say love, 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 and you get this little relief that you get it, and then later that night or the next day it bothers you again, would you repeat this same situation and do it again?
Yep, for sure, Deborah. Good question. It's a great question because listen, everybody, there's stuff that comes up all the time and it's going to keep coming up, but you just keep doing the work. One of the things, Deborah and everyone in the Course in Miracles, he keeps using this word vigilance, right? So vigilance. You just keep loving. You just keep doing it. And the more that you keep doing it, the more that you're going to be like, well, it doesn't even bother me anymore, right?
Okay.
So and I'll tell you this, there's no there. So you don't go, okay, I'm enlightened, so everything's perfect. It doesn't happen. Until you are enlightened, Deborah, until you are on the top of the mountain and you're the sage, you know. But until we get to the top of the mountain, you just do it again. But I would probably tell you and probably guarantee that it would probably be easier to fall into a love vibration with that situation if you've done it before with that person. Okay? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for that. Okay. All right. Good to see you. Let's see. I learned to share my light, says Joanne. Thank you. Callie says, so the idea of repeating the word love when something comes up literally places the habit of whatever. That's right. Because usually what comes up is you're like, I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. I need to run away. I need to get away from them. God, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't want to listen to you. So it replaces that habit with love because the only love is real. So you're bringing the whole situation back to reality, right? Okay. All right. I'm going to call on somebody. Let's see. Oh, Sandy. Yay. Thank you. Go ahead, Sandy.
So something you said that, like when I'm mad at someone, I'm giving my power away to them. So what the last person said is, I say love, 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 and then 5 minutes later, not in the nighttime, I'm mad again. Then it's like love, 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 love. And it's kind of like you were saying, the sugar fix. It works sort of a little bit, but maybe I need to focus on, by being upset, I'm allowing this person to have power, to have my power.
Yep, for sure. And listen, Sandy and everybody, that's the perfect thing. And you could use anything for a sugar fix. Listen, you could use anything as a sugar fix. This could be a sugar fix for sure. But what you just described is that it's two egos clashing. So for a little while, you've let go and you're your true self, which is the divine source, right? And then the ego comes back in and it'll creep in, everybody. It'll creep in. And you'll be like, I'm all good with them. I love Bill. I love him. I swear. I love him. I love him. And then suddenly you'll be like, if he would have just emailed me, and then little thing, and then it will start again. Does that make sense, Sandy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what we're doing is, we all do it, then we get like, my ego's offended and I need to be right. And usually it's the need to be right that gets us right back into our ego. And the ego is going, that's really great that you love him. And then suddenly you'll be like, something will bubble up and it's the need to be right. So if you can let go of the need to be right in that moment, so love helps you, but that need to be right is what keeps us from our peace.
Yeah, and my ego keeps saying, in a couple minutes, it's like, but if you don't defend yourself, then, I'm really, really struggling with that.
Yes, I get that. So did I do that on the call today? In my defenselessness, my safety? No, I was recording my audiobook today. If you have my book, you can read day 20. You have my book, right, Sandy?
Yeah.
Okay, you need to read day 26. Day 26, read that. From the Course in Miracles point of view, it is in your defenselessness that your safety lies.
Right.
So, because you create what you defend against. So the more that you push against it, the more you're going to create more of it, right? Thank you, Sandy. Thank you. What did you learn today?
Well, I learned that I need to think about not giving my power away.
Yeah. Yeah. And, when you give your power away, it's literally, listen, everybody, it's not like you think, I'm going to give my power away. It's like doing that. But there's some part of you that forsakes yourself. You forsake yourself when you react and defend. You don't stand in your own, like, oh, I just forsook myself because I let it bother me or I attacked or whatever. So just say, I'm never going to forsake myself. I'm always going to stand by myself. Right? Good. Thank you, Sandy. Good job. Yay. Okay, we got to wrap up. I'm aware of time. So I'm going to look at these. Bobby says, hold on one second. I'm going to go here. Changes the neurotransmitters. Okay, let me go back. Bobby says, I'm a goody two-shoes and really can't lie. I literally feel like I'm lying out loud when I repeat the mantra out loud. In my mind, I love it, but I'm very uncomfortable verbalizing it. Okay, Bobby, I get that. So you're saying, Bobby, you're saying that are you saying that you can feel it, but when you say it, it doesn't feel right? I'm going to unmute you for just a second. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah, that would be accurate.
Okay, so then don't say it out loud yet. If you say it internally, do you like go, oh, I can feel it?
I think I let myself feel it more because I don't hear my inner voice poo-pooing the idea immediately.
Okay.
When I say it out loud for some reason.
Then do it more internally until you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Okay. And I can't look in the mirror when I do it either. That's going to take a minute.
I saw people saying that. That's pretty intense. Some people, if anyone knows Louise Hay's work, that's all Louise Hay work, which I love her. But sometimes that Louise Hay work can throw you into insanity. It can, and it can throw you into fear. So be careful. Be gentle with yourself, everyone. Be what? Be gentle with yourself.
Gentle.
You don't want to force when you're trying to love yourself, you don't force yourself. That's not loving. So just, you know what? Do it internally. Okay, Bobby? Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, let's look here. It changes the neurotransmitters and the synapses in your brain. And that's the truth, too. That is the truth. Literally, your synapses in your brain change. I'm just going to go through these really quickly. Feel as if you're lying to yourself by saying, I love myself, because you have to use something. I'm willing to feel. I love that. That's really beautiful, Callie. Thank you. You can say, I'm willing to feel. Really beautiful. I love all the support here. You're not alone. I love all the support. A lot of times we react to things and situations. Yes, we react. That's right. Instead of respond. Do you all know the difference between reacting and responding? Reacting is unconscious. Responding is a conscious choice. Write that down if you don't know that. That's a big one. When you react, it's unconscious and you just go, I hate you. You're freaking me out, whatever happens to me. But when you respond, it's more of a conscious choice. You're responding, right? And sometimes it takes a while. You react and go, oh, shit, I'd rather respond. Okay? Doing self-care as nurturing can help, for sure. Be gentle. Tread softly. Thank you so much, Kugat. Okay, you have to say your name for me. How do you say your name?
Kukong.
Kukong. I know I'm probably saying it wrong. Kukong, thank you so much. You have a beautiful voice.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Tread softly. I love that. Very beautiful. Okay, everyone. Give yourself a round of applause. Pat yourself on the back. Say, I love myself. I love my life. I love myself. I love my life. Give yourself a gentle hug. Gentle hug. I see people not gently hugging themselves. Take a deep breath. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. I will see you in the group. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. I will remind you that on the page where the recording is and your homework will be on the page. I'll get that on there as soon as I can, that you're going to get in the email. On there is a donation. If you would like to make a donation for these classes, I gladly accept them for my time and for the interaction. And just want to say that. All right. I love you so much. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the group, or I'll see you on Periscope, or I'll see you on Instagram, or I'll see you on Facebook, or I'll see you somewhere. Until next week, I love you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Bye, everybody.